Hi everyone. Um, I wanted to make this video to help you prepare for your next speaking. It will be about expressing opinions. And on page 41 in your students' books, in exercise 1, you will find some very useful expressions that you can use to express opinions. So, if you take a look at the instructions, they say read some students' opinions about educational possibilities. Which do you agree with and why? The expressions in blue are the ones we use to express opinions. So we have, as far as I'm concerned, por lo que a mí me concierne. Vocational training is great because it gives you hands-on experience. Vocational training is FP and hands-on experience es experiencia práctica. Next expression is if you ask me, si me preguntas a mí, si me preguntáis a mí, an academic education isn't the best option for everyone. Then we have I'd say that, yo diría que, because this I'd is a contraction of I would. In my opinion, en mi opinión, I think that, yo pienso que, and from my point of view, desde mi punto de vista. So for example, which do I agree with? I agree with number 1, because in my opinion, vocational training gives you practical experience and teaches you practical things in life, for example. Then, if you take a look at exercise 2, it asks you to match the phrases in the exercise with the methods of learning they show us in these pictures. So let's look at the methods first. They are group projects, trabajo en grupo, proyectos en grupo, frontal lessons when the teacher explains and the class listens, what we usually call a clase magistral in Spanish. Enrichment classes are kind of extracurricular classes where you learn and do things you don't usually do at school. And school trips or field trips are when you go on an excursion to learn something more practical, right? So let's take a look at the phrases they want us to match the pictures with. For example, I will just do the first one so you can see how it's done. There may be more than one answer. So which one of these gives students the opportunity to be creative? So in my opinion, I can say, or I can say as far as I'm concerned, or I can also say from my point of view, use any of the expressions in blue. So from my point of view, group projects give students the opportunity to be creative. Enrichment classes also give the students the opportunity to be creative, and maybe school trips. The only one I would say that doesn't give them the opportunity to be creative are the frontal lessons. Okay, so we also have which one of these lets the teacher give the class information, teaches students teamwork and cooperation, makes learning fun, encourages students to think for themselves, allows some students to do nothing while others work hard, teaches students to solve problems, and shows students the world outside school. Okay, so you should take a look at number 1 because you have many useful expressions for expressing opinions, and also you should take a look at number 2 because it will give you ideas for your own speaking exercise. Now, Number 3 asks us to speak with a partner. I will not ask you to do this with a partner, but by yourselves. You will have to speak about each of these learning methods: group projects, frontal lessons, enrichment classes, and school trips. All 4. And these are the requirements. You have to talk about all 4 methods of learning. You have to say at least 5 sentences about each. You should use at least 1 expression from the exercise 1, at least 1 of these, right? And you should use the ideas from exercise 2 and your own ideas, and also words that appear here in exercise 3. I will write down these instructions for you and put them up in our aula virtual. And now I will give you an example of how you should talk about these learning methods. I will talk only about one, and you have to talk, you have to talk about all 4. Okay, so here it goes. For example, group projects. In my opinion, group projects are one of the most effective ways of learning not only content, but also cooperation and teamwork. They are, when students explain things to each other, and when they learn together, when they cooperate, studies have shown that they learn much more than in frontal lessons. Nevertheless, there is one downside to this method of learning, which is that while some students do all the work, others do nothing. For example, okay, this could be what you can say about group projects. So do the same about frontal lessons, enrichment classes, and school trips. Use expressions in blue, ideas from number 2, and words from number 3. And that's it. Okay, good luck with it.